Okay.
All right.
So they've gotten all that stuff. So now that we've talked about Mandalorian, Disney announced a bunch of stuff, spin-offs. The first one that I can think of, we just saw her with Ashoka Tano. How do you guys feel about that? What are you of the Disney Plus shows excited to see, not see? And we'll go from there. We'll start with Star Wars, then we'll go to Marvel. That's where I want. That's where I shine. Tyler, Sarah, Renee, CJ.
Well, I'm excited for Lando.
Ooh, okay.
I think they're like a lot of the spinoffs. I'm like some of them like you're creating a story out of nothing, but I feel like Lando, like I would be actually interested to see what happens to him, like between what the events in Solo and where we end up meeting him back at Cloud City. Like I feel like he's such a like an interesting character, and also like more diversity to the Star Wars universe. So I'm actually very excited to see what they do with him.
Is it Donald Glover coming back for that character, or is it someone else?
They're not sure, I don't think.
Yeah,
they showed his picture, I thought, when they announced it.
No, it says, I just looked this up, no mention was made of Donald Glover, but they are showing his picture from the movie. So I really hope they use Donald Glover, because that'd be amazing.
I like Donald Glover.
He was the best thing in Solo to me. Like, he was the best thing in that whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they alluded to his character being pansexual a little bit. I don't know how, like, I don't know exactly what that was or what they were doing there, you know, but I would be very excited to get some more of that too, like just something interesting going on in Star Wars.
Yeah, more LGBTQ representation in the universe. That'd be cool.
Well, what's interesting about that was like Star Wars, they're all aliens. So like, if he really is a swinger, like his character portrays, he's kind of like this romantic guy who kind of charismatic and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Would he have romantic things with something that is an alien like blob thing?
Didn't they intimate that he was banging the robot, his co-pilot?
Yeah,
I think that was
or
strong.
had romantic.
That's what I was kind of alluding to. Is like, how far are they going to take this kind of weirdness with Lando's thing with the robot? And I'm not saying pansexuals are weird. I'm just saying that Lando has some weirdness to him.
The character is pretty. There's something weird about him. Yeah, I will say that. I was thinking that.
One thing that I would be interested in from Lando this series overall is the fact that there are threads that they left open after the Solo movie, and they're probably not going to give us like a Solo sequel. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm interested in maybe seeing those threads picked up upon, you know, in Lando. Maybe.
Any other shows? I know so CJ, you were talking about the Acolyte. What is that about?
Yeah, one of the shows I'm interested in is the Acolyte. Like we were talking about earlier with Mandalorian. I like stuff that's far removed from like all the normal stuff. And the Acolyte, they didn't say much about it. They just said that it takes place near the end of the High Republic era. It's a mystery thriller.
Yeah.
And it has to do with the dark side of the Force. So I'm very interested in that, you know, whether it's about somebody who's like learning the dark side of the Force, or about maybe like the origins of like how the Sith, or what we think of as Sith or something like that, or like, you know what I mean, or a double agent or something. I don't know. It just sounds interesting to me right now.
So, well, one I want to throw in there, this one is the one that was kind of rumored way back, early Mandalorian, the Obi-Wan prequel show.
Yeah.
Because actually recently Hayden Christensen was just announced to be a part of it.
Sorry.
I hate Dan.
I'm not a fan of his acting. Like I remember I saw it, oh my god, you suck as an actor.
Well, at least he'll be in the Darth Vader costume. So
I don't think see, even that. I'm like, you're not worthy of wearing the costume. You shouldn't wear that.
You
costume.
think it should be what's his name?
The dude who just died.
Who voices
James
Earl
Jones?
James Earl Jones. Yeah. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot his name.
Okay, Simba.
Shame on me.
Give me your nerd card again. Come on.
I know. Hold on here.
Did James Earl Jones ever
Yeah.
wear this suit though, or did he just?
No, he
He
just
just
voiced
voiced
it.
him.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but
If they had a
but
body double, that would have been fine.
yeah,
yeah, I
but
just sorry.
yeah, the Obi-Wan show got pushed to 2022 now though because of all the other releases. Because additionally, if you watch the end of The Mandalorian, there's gonna be a Boba Fett show too. So there's
Mhm.
another one. There's 8 now Star Wars prequels. That just seems like too many. It's too much at once. I'm overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed by the amount of Marvel stuff coming out at once.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now I'm like
Mhm.
Star Wars. Like, gosh, just I'm way more comfortable with like 1 or 2 seasons at a like shows at a time than like giving me too much to watch at once. I'm like,
It's gonna
slow
be
down.
overwhelming.
Yeah.
I feel like, well, especially to speak to like the variety of like the Marvel shows and the variety of the Star Wars shows to come out. Like, I think not every show's for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's something that I found really cool about like the Marvel, like the way they do things is like they're almost replicating like the comic book store. You know what I mean? Like you walk into the comic book store and maybe you pick up Spider-Man or maybe you pick up the Avengers, but I don't have to read the Hulk. I don't have to read Superman. I don't have to read this, but I can like follow along and like maybe their big events like lead to this big thing, but I can follow along on my own pace and my own thing. And I kind of feel like that's this new mode that Marvel kind of created with the MCU. And I think that's what Star Wars is trying to emulate, like when we get to her, maybe this is a great segue now. Like think about how different WandaVision is from something like Falcon and Winter Soldier. You know what I mean? Like that's like one's like a kind of a sitcom spoof, and the other is like sort of an action like spy thriller
Yeah.
kind of a
Yeah.
movie. Like they can be for the same people, but they're not necessarily for the same people.
Yeah. It's like they're trying to give fans different flavors of the show
And
for
Marvel,
people who may not like
and,
shows like Mandalorian. Sorry,
and Marvel,
Renee.
Marvel is good at giving you different flavors of the same universe. Star Wars is
Mhm.
kind of the same thing. It's kind of like lone gun. It's a Western space opera. There's only so much I feel you can only do with that universe. Like even Star Trek, you can't really deviate that far from what his main story is, main purpose is, without making something different or making fun of itself. Like even Lower Decks, like even though it's a comedy, it's still in that universe. Like it follows those rules of like of storytelling for that was created for Star Trek. But with Marvel, you can have like this, like CJ was saying, you can have the comic sitcom, the Winter Soldier spy thriller, and then
Mhm.
Loki, whatever that is going to be. I have no idea, but I know I'm going to watch it like crazy. And then Hawkeye. I just want to watch Hawkeye because it's going to set up Young Avengers. I hope. We'll leave it at that. All right. So what are you guys excited about the Marvel? So now, Marvel-wise, what are you guys excited about to see? We got 3 trailers. We got the WandaVision trailer, Loki, What If, and Winter Soldier, Falcon. What are you guys excited about? And then what else are
They talked about a buttload. They talked about a buttload more though too. Like they didn't have trailers for all of them, but they did talk about a buttload more. Like they did mention She-Hulk the series.
Right,
They
She-Hulk.
did mention Miss Marvel the series. They did mention that they're doing a mini-series version of Secret Invasion. They did mention they're doing a mini-series version of some old comic book event, Armor Wars, starring Don Cheadle. They did, yeah, they mentioned a lot, like more than I can even think of. Like,
Yeah, and I just heard that like Punisher's back and Daredevil's coming
Oh,
back.
and Fantastic Four.
Oh
Yeah.
directed by the
Right.
Spider-Man Far
John
From
Watts.
Home. Yeah.
So Armored Wars, I don't give a frack about. I don't. I'm sorry. Like I don't care about War Machine. Nothing against that character or against Don Cheadle. I just don't care about that story. Secret Invasion. We were talking about it, CG and I, yesterday. Like I think it's too much story. Like even though it's a miniseries, I think it's too much story to tell. With it, like you're setting, it's got to be the whole universe, right? But how big of that is that gonna? Like, who does it affect? Does it affect the street level? Does it affect like Daredevil and Punisher? Does it go up high as Thor? Like, where does it go? For me, I think it's too much story. And because of Captain Marvel, it ends in the '90s because of that dude was playing another dude, just about another dude, is is it go back to the
I know
90s?
what duty is.
Thank you for bringing that up, Tyler. Thank you for making that up. I just think it's too much story. Personally, I'm excited, but I think it's too much story. Ironheart, I'm kind of interested in. I'm just gonna. I know who she is. I just haven't read anything in with her. Any of you guys want to talk about anything that we're going over that you want to highlight?
Well, I'm excited for Loki. Like that to me has always like they announced that at Comic-Con 2 years ago, and that was the one I was like, yes, give me more Loki. But I mean, the others, like I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm WandaVision. When they announced it, I was like, oh, that looks kind of boring. But we'll see where they go. But I just love Loki, and he's just so mischievous and fun. It seems like something they can really have fun with. Oh, and also they're doing a Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special for next winter. So I'm also very excited for that.
That's right. Okay, that's what you're excited about. What are you excited for about? Oh, sorry, CJ, go ahead.
I was just because you mentioned Loki. I wasn't super excited about Loki before. Well, I like Tom Hiddleston and I like Loki, the character that they've shown in the MCU. So saying not excited is like whatever. I was gonna watch it anyway. But like after seeing the trailer of Loki,
glorious. Come on. What did you expect?
now that's the one that I'm the most excited to see, because I think the trailer looks really interesting. I think they've given me some questions that I really want the answers to. Have you guys all seen the trailer for Loki?
Yes, and I'm jumping on that train of being most excited for Loki because of that. And like Owen Wilson, what?
Yeah.
And being completely thrown off because I was expecting something completely different than what I was seeing in the trailer, and I'm now even more excited for it as well.
Renee?
Super. And then that little moment where like maybe it's Black Widow that you see in that moment, like in the trailer.
Yeah.
Like it's like what? Like, and then they're in this weird looking world, so it's like what? Like speculation is like going crazy. Like, whoa, are they in the Soul Stone? Like, what is this? Are they? What is that? Anyway.
So I thought it was Black Widow, but I'm hearing it's Lady Loki. I'm like, maybe, but I don't think so. I don't think they're gonna go. I don't think they're gonna pull Lady Loki out just yet. Maybe, I don't know. But and then going back to what Tyler said about Owen Wilson, I forgot he's in it. My only fear is that they're gonna do what they did with Rachel McAdams and Sigourney Weaver in Defenders. They're gonna misuse them. They're gonna just kind of be like, why use these big names? You know, because Owen Wilson is a great actor. He's a comedic actor, but I'm like, just don't misuse these characters, these actors, please. Renee, I see your face. What's going on?
I'm looking forward to Loki. I am looking forward to WandaVision because I'm really curious about how the sitcom TV show fantasy is going to tie into what's really going on in the show.
Wanda, darling.
Yes, dear.
Get the light.
Now that's romantic. This is our home.
Hello, Westview!
Life moves pretty fast in the suburbs. Something strange happened.
Wanda. And they lived happily ever after. Series premiere January 15th.
Like I'm really curious to see what direction they're going to go with WandaVision. And I'm really looking forward to What If, which looks like alternate reality. I guess you could say snippets from Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead, sorry.
go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say really quick. I heard Stan Lee did some voiceover narration stuff for What If
Oh,
that they're gonna use, and like my heart, it just like leaps and bounds, like, oh my god,
Aw.
I'm
like
not-
it warms my heart still, like just to hear his voice.
I am not ready for that. Here's the one thing news that came out, not of Disney Plus, but that came out of Thor 4. Jamie Alexander's coming back to Thor.
Yeah.
My future,
Yeah, I hope-
you have no idea how happy that made me. I'm like, oh my god.
Explain where she was, I hope.
I don't care as long as she's back. I mean,
Play a clip of that moment we were talking about Thor Ragnarok, and you were like, "Where is she?" Because I think you brought that up in one of the episodes we did.
yeah, I think I did it.
That was one of your beefs.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, like where is she? And I said it in it was the Endgame episode.
Oh yes.
All right, so here's the one that I'm excited about the most. Besides like Loki, yeah, looks cool. Like I'm still confused if it's a time travel show or if it's an alternate show, because there's one where he seems to be playing DB Cooper. I'm like,
Yeah.
so I'm like, is it a time travel show or an alternate reality show with the Tesseract?
both.
Can it be both?
Because I didn't think about that. Shut up. So I'm excited about that. But Winter Soldier. Here's what I'm interested about seeing all of these ones is Winter Soldier and the Falcon is that they both kind of hate each other, but they have to be friends because it's like in honor of Captain America of Steve Rogers.
Like a
WandaVision
buddy cop
does-
film.
But yes, like
You couldn't have done that earlier.
I hate you.
that always kills me in Civil War. But the one actually I'm excited about myself the most, I like this actress. She's a really good actress. Like she won me over in Bumblebee. Was Haley Steinfeld? Is that her name?
Steinfeld.
Steinfeld. Haley Steinfeld. Renee. I love the fact that she's playing Hawkeye. She's playing Kate Bishop. Because as I don't know if you guys know, but CJ will tell you, I love Young Avengers. That is one of my favorite comics that I read. I think I forced you to read it, didn't I, CJ?
Yeah, you did.
Aren't you glad I did?
It's a fine comic, bro.
It's a great comic.
I'm more of a Runaways fan, you know.
What is up with us? I'm sorry. You are I'm a Young Avengers fan. You got your Runaways. I'm still waiting for my Young Avengers.
Are we having our own Winter Soldier thing going on? Falcon and Winter Soldier. You too.
Move your seat up, bro.
Yeah, who gets the shield?
But I just want to see Young Avengers, and hopefully this sets it up for them because they brought in Kate Bishop. She was introduced in that issue of Young Avengers. They've recast, and CJ told me this. They've recast the chick that plays Cassie Scott Lang's daughter for and I think they said that she's gonna play Stature. I'm like, all right, you got Kate Bishop, you got Stature, you got King the Conqueror, who is Iron Lad in the Young Avengers. So I'm like, are they setting up Young Avengers? Thoughts? Concern? No? Yeah?
Well, I mean, like we were talking, like you said, we were talking about, and that is my theory because my theory is that maybe they're aiming that way because they just recast Cassie Lang again. You know what I mean? Like Cassie Lang was a little girl in Ant-Man 1 and Ant-Man and the Wasp. Then they recast her for Endgame to be older.
Right.
And then why recast her again when they just recast her? Unless they mean her for something, unless they mean this character for like something else, you know what I mean? But
I also saw that Mark Ruffalo is going to be in She-Hulk. So does
Thank
that
you.
mean he's going to be Mystifo? Oh, not Mystifo. Sorry, I said it backwards. Maestro. Yeah, I can't pronounce it. I'm
Thank
saying wrong things because I can't pronounce things. In Kang's future timeline.
Ooh, that's right. So thank you for bringing She-Hulk.
that'd be awesome.
This is gonna be a long episode, but who cares? I'm excited for She-Hulk too. I'm excited for that actress, but it goes back to I think Sarah, you and I were talking about it, or CJ and I. Like they said, no, I'm not in it. But then we said this in the past before with Ant-Man with Paul Rudd. He goes, I'm not Ant-Man. He goes, yes, I am. So I'm excited for She-Hulk. I'm excited what they're gonna do, like how they're gonna bring her to life. The fact that they're bringing back Tim Roth as Abomination, I'm like, all right, that's why I was telling CJ. I'm surprised Universal agreed to say yes to this, because Abomination is obviously a Hulk character, so they had to like give him some. They had to give some sort of permission to Marvel and Disney to use the characters. CJ, I see you want to say something.
No, but I mean, how does I thought that deal only pertained to like movies and releasing like live, like, you know what I mean, like theater. And this being a show, is that a way to get around it?
Okay, yeah, that's
And
right. Yeah, that's true.
you know,
Sarah, Renee, Tyler, She-Hulk.
I mean, I'd be excited for She-Hulk. I used to play her in Hero Up. I used to do childcare, and so I would play Hero Up with the kids I was babysitting. And She-Hulk was great because she could jump really far. Like, so I have fond memories of playing her in video games.
I've never heard of Hero Up. What is this?
I don't think it exists anymore. It was like an online video game world, kind of like World of Warcraft, but all Avengers meant for children. And you could play. I think events that happened in the MCU would impact the game. Like when I think something, I don't remember, like when Loki took over, like all suddenly all the worlds had like ice on them. Like it was fun, but again, meant for children. But yeah, so but She-Hulk in there, you could do more stuff because she could jump really far.
How do you feel about She-Hulk being involved? Like, are you gonna watch it? Are you excited, or what do you think about the casting of She-Hulk?
I mean, I know who are they casting as her. I really didn't do any research for this.
That's okay. It was. Did you watch Orphan Black?
No.
Okay. Well, it's that main actress who played 7 characters, and there's
okay.
where she plays all the characters at once. And I'm like, I was tired for her. Like, I was emotionally drained. So I think it's a comedy. So go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying it's like Eddie Murphy in Coming to America.
Yeah. Any other Marvel show you guys want to talk about?
Just one really quick thing. So also with She-Hulk, I think there's a huge opportunity for crossover with Daredevil because they're both in the legal field. So that might be how that bridge is being crossed. So it might be like what Netflix tried to do, but actually successfully instead of terribly like the Defenders.
See, I didn't mind Defenders just until the end. I'm like, all right, you obviously don't know where you're going with this.
Right.
But
there's a lot set up for. Yeah.
I enjoyed the interaction with the characters, but yeah, the villains were like, you guys don't know what to do with your villains. Like, you guys don't have.
Yeah, you guys had Sigourney Weaver as the villain,
and they wasted her. That's why I'm afraid with Owen Wilson and like Rachel McAdams. I'm like,
wait, isn't Rachel McAdams the girlfriend in Doctor Strange?
Yeah, and I think she's coming back. I think they
announced she's coming back.
Oh, thanks, sweet zombie Jesus. Okay, you know what? One more thing. Spider-Man 3 rumors. The fact that we got Alfred Molina coming back, we got Jamie Foxx back, and rumors that they're bringing it back William Dafoe and Tom, what's his name? Sandman.
Yeah.
Well,
I forget.
Hardy?
Hayden Church.
Yeah, Thomas Hayden Church, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Doctor Strange in it too? Like
yeah, he's in it too.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Mm-hmm.
So are they doing a live action Spider-Verse Spider-Man 3?
Yes.
Or are they setting up a live action Spider-Verse Spider-Man 3?
Yeah.
I think it's more the latter than the former. But because I don't know, like maybe, but I don't really feel like they're going to. I don't think they're going to go all in on Spider-Verse in this one. I think they'll leave the door open for Spider-Verse as this ends. You know what I mean? I think everybody's like kind of flipping out over like all the additions, but I don't think that they're going to be the big parts in these movies. I really think they're going to be like kind of like cameos, really quick cameos, you know what I mean? Like maybe we'll see a multiverse and maybe we'll see like some screen with like all of them like in the background or something, you know what I mean? Or maybe we'll see him for a quick, you know what I mean? I doubt like, Tobey Maguire, if he's in this, has lines, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like they're like really like, I don't think they're gonna go like all in on Spider-Verse. I think that they might set it up though.
Dear God, I hope Tobey Maguire's in it and has lines. Like,
as long as he doesn't dance Right, Sarah?
Since Rhea has
No,
the
I
dance.
would love to see him dance. That was like my favorite part. Well, except for when the Green Goblin gets clotheslined. Like that part just makes me crack up. But like
Wait,
him,
in 3?
yeah, because it's what's his name?
Hobgoblin.
Yeah,
Jim Franco?
yeah,
Yeah.
James
Yeah,
Franco.
he called Green Goblin.
He flies into like a thing and just like anyway. But yeah, more dancing and Spider-Man, please. That was so funny.
It would be so hilarious if there's some dimensional rift that happens in the original Spider-Man 3 when like Tobey Maguire's doing his like emo Spider-Man dance and then Tom Holland comes up. What is going on? It's like it's 2008 or what year was the third
2007.
Spider-Man? 2007? What's
Yeah, because
going
it was
on?
the last year of film school. It came out my last 2 months of film school, and I remember talking to you. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna throw my popcorn at this movie, at the movie screen, because this is horrendous.
Yeah. Yeah, the first two were so good, and then it really should have wrecked.
No, go back and watch it with an open mind.
Sorry.
It's hilarious. Like
Yeah.
I did.
Alcohol required.
I did watch it with
Alcohol.
open mind.
Renee, I cursed.
Stop. Alrighty. Any final thoughts you guys want to talk about Mandalorian 2, the new Star Wars or Marvel Disney Plus shows before we?
I didn't get a chance to.
Oh yeah, right. Sorry, Renee. Sorry.
I didn't get a chance to talk about what I was looking forward to in the Star Wars universe, and that was going to be Andor, what's his name, Cassian Andor, spin-off series, the prequel to Rogue One.
Oh,
Diego Luna. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one because I love Diego Luna.
he is really nice to look at, but I'm worried I don't have enough there. Like I'm worried about the substance they're gonna bring to that show.
I'm just curious of what direction they're gonna go with that leads up to the events of Rogue One, or how he ends up there in the story of Rogue One.
Is that what it's called, Cassian Andor?
No, it's
Just
called
Andor.
Okay.
So is this
what
what-
is the name again?
Is this just like a 1-season thing? Is it just going to lead into Rogue One?
Yeah. I'm trying to read up on it. It'll consist of 12 episodes. And it's a prequel to Rogue One.
I don't see.
They already started production on it. There's like previews for it.
There's just so many prequels and sequels in the Star Wars universe that I'm like, I don't need this story really, to be honest. Like I think Rogue One stands fine on its own. I don't need to know Diego Luna's beautiful face story before that.
I mean, I kind of do because he dies at the end of Rogue One. And here's correct an earlier statement, Renee. You said that nobody ever dies in Star Wars, but I mean, millions of people die. It's just none of the characters we ever care about.
All right, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, I did say that.
Yeah, it's okay. It's a mistake I make too because I'm like, oh yeah, Boba Fett's not dead, Darth Maul's not dead. But yeah, I mean, the whole entire cast of Rogue One dies. So I want to know more about everyone in that cast. I'm hoping that I do learn more about why anyone, even in like the Republic at that time, does anything they do. So I'm all on board for that.
I think if I was gonna pick the story to follow, though, I would pick the blind Jedi and his like.
Oh
friends.
yeah.
Like I think they'd be really interesting.
Bring back Donnie Yen.
Yeah.
IP man.
Ip Man.
What?
He's a real person.
Yeah.
Ip Man.
Yeah.
He's Bruce Lee's teacher.
Alrighty then. So I guess
Some of the greatest movies ever. Anyways.
I liked 4. I surprised how much I liked 4.
So final thoughts. We have a lot of content on the way.
Yes.
It should have come out this year, but no, it's come out 2021. When we have the
Or
vaccine,
two.
supposedly.
Or 3. Damn it, 2020. It's be over already.
Kids are 2030s.
Oh god. Alrighty.
Just time skip.
I wish I could. Alrighty. Well, thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Frack off.